Hello everyone, time for the Joy Business Report. Coming up, government vows to reclaim 2% of cocoa farms destroyed by activities of Galamsey to increase cocoa production for the new season. And price of petroleum products could be going up further in the coming weeks following decision by OPEC to cut daily production by 2 million barrels. Also, Finance Minister optimistic the country will get approval from the International Monetary Fund for an economic program before the end of year. We have details of these and many others shortly. Grateful for your company. I am Pius Kojo. A look at our stories now. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta is optimistic the country will get approval from the International Monetary Fund for an economic program before the end of year. According to him, a government team will be from this weekend travel to the USA for 2 weeks to continue negotiations with the fund to fast-track the deal. He was speaking to the media after paying a visit to the long room at the Tema Port in the Greater Accra region.
The mission will close its work in Ghana on Friday for this 2-week one. We will go to Washington with them, continue for another 2 weeks of discussions, and I think we are moving in the right direction. Very
and are we
confident.
done with the DSA?
No, the DSA still continues. As you know, that's a critical component of the decisions as to then what you do with your structural reforms and debt operations and financing gap.
Mr. Ofori-Atta also commended the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority for exceeding its revenue target in the month of September.
A huge part of the discussions also includes revenue, and ports, customs, of course, are a significant part of that. But I think we are doing well. I looked at September, and it looks like we exceeded the targets. So that's very comforting, and it's important that we continue with that momentum.
Minister of Finance Ken Ofori-Atta there. Now, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Usui has disclosed that illegal mining, also known as Galamsey, has destroyed 2% of cocoa farms in the country. He assured that government will work to reverse the canker and reclaim cocoa farms destroyed by Galamsey. Dr. Akoto was speaking at a press briefing after government increased cocoa price by 21% to 800 cedis a bag for a new cocoa season.
Galamsey is nibbling at the edges. The Cocoa Board has done a survey which shows that 2% of area under cocoa has been affected by Galamsey. 2% is not, little left. 98% is not little left. So can I assure you that yes, you say that we have failed in Galamsey, but it's an ongoing battle, and we think as a government we are going to win at the end of the day. Because there's a lot of goodwill among the stakeholders, the traditional authorities and other stakeholders, citizens in this country, know the harmful effect of Galamsey on all aspects of life.
Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Usui Akoto. Away from agri stories, the consumers' expectations for some reduction in prices of petroleum products in the coming weeks may not be realized. It's coming after the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries announced a 2 million daily production cut for crude oil. But should consumers be worried about this development? George Yafe has more.
Some consumers were looking forward to the price of petroleum products dropping further in the coming weeks. Now, that was based on the fact that crude prices had been dropping on the international market over the past weeks due to fears of global recession, as well as the Ghana cedi's sharp rate of depreciation against the US dollar compared to last month had slowed. Well, it looks like that wish may never come to pass, at least for the month of October this year. This is because crude oil prices have started going up again on the international market, just in response to the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries' plan to cut daily production of crude oil by 2 million barrels. Consumers in Ghana were already being deprived of significant reduction in fuel prices, even when crude oil prices were dropping on the international market. This is because oil marketing companies had argued that the depreciating Ghana cedi, as well as rising costs of operations, made it difficult to reduce prices at the pumps. However, what this might mean is that we could be witnessing a higher margin of increase in prices of petroleum products going forward based on this development. While others will also argue that it might be early days yet, let's still watch or monitor developments on the international market to see whether things might go bad for consumers of petroleum products on the local market.
My colleague George Wiafe with that report there. While longer on the energy sector, because energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Suleiman is predicting Ghana's downstream petroleum sector in the coming days will be facing severe challenges due to OPEC's decision to reduce production of oil per day.
Continuously, yes, there will be downward pressure. And ours is a double whammy. First of all, the crude oil prices, the international market is high. And secondly, our exchange rate is not working to our favor. So these two factors, and taxes also still in place, these three factors is what is putting so much pressure on our pumps. And the fact that we are not seeing any movement in terms of the downward movement or stability in the exchange rate with respect to the dollar parity with the CD. Unfortunately, there's going to be some pressure on the downstream side for some time to come until we see movement in any of these three factors. When exchange rate gets stabilized, also when these global prices stabilize or start to come down, then we can have cascading impact on our pump. Otherwise, we still have to battle with the high energy costs.
Dr. Yusuf Suleiman is an energy strategist. What a better time to talk about the commodities now. And crude oil is selling at $93 a barrel this morning after increasing from yesterday. Gold also went up by almost $8 to open trading at $1,724 an ounce. Cocoa opened trading at $2,392 a ton after going up by $32. Now, the Cybersecurity Authority is on the final stage of concluding the regulation of practitioners in the electronic space. The final phase, which includes having an industry consultation session to take input from players, will determine the rules and regulation to be included for the licensing of experts in the industry. Acting Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Albert Jibu, has been explaining to Joy Business the importance of the consultation process.
The purpose of this exercise is to bring industry together, discuss and agree on the mechanism. In other words, seek their input into how we are going to go through the process. But the key element here is to do cybersecurity, there is a fit for purpose test that you need to go. Not just the technical competency, but also the integrity side of things, that we can entrust you to have access to critical businesses, the environment, individuals, systems, and databases. And I think the authority has obligation to protect individuals, businesses with respect to cybersecurity, and that is really what the exercise is about.
Acting Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, Dr. Albert Jibu. You're still listening to the Joy Business Report with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Now, water producing company Jibu Water has launched its water franchise in Ghana. Speaking at the launch of the product, financial officer for Jibu Water Company, Bright Opoku, said the aim of the company is to create jobs through its franchise system by offering products to distributors and retailers on credit. This, he believes, will offer employment opportunities for people without a working capital to start a business. He also added that the company is focused on producing quality and safe drinking water.
The multinational company, we are into producing quality and safe water for our people.
Jibu is a multinational water company which produces quality and safe drinking water. We are currently operating in other African countries, but in West Africa, Ghana is the only country. Now that we've been able to launch our products in Ghana, we believe by next year we'll open about 10 franchises starting from the Spintex Road and subsequently spreading across the country. This will allow people who don't have the capital to start their own business. This, we believe, will bridge the unemployment gap. For us at Jibu Water, we care about our customers, and so we are focused on producing quality and safe drinking water.
Now, project manager for the Cities and Habitats, Daniel Edu, has indicated that funding is not enough to address Ghana's housing-related problems. According to him, bridging Ghana's housing gap will require conscious effort to invest into sensitization programs and proper planning. He explained that through such initiative, government would appreciate the challenges and collectively work with other stakeholders of the economy within the sector to find solutions.
Recently, I revised my notes. It's not even funding. It's not even finance. It's planning and strategy. It's planning and strategy. There's a lot of information people don't have. You know, my Bible always says, for lack of knowledge, my people perish. You know, there's a lot of information people don't know. And government itself must also, it's not funding, I think, in my opinion. You know, it's about the pricing and it's about strategy. If government gets this right, a lot of things will change, you know, for the better. We can be able to do this or bridge the housing gap in the shortest time.
Daniel Edu is the project manager for Cities and Habitats there. A quick look at the performance of the cedi this morning. The cedi lost value again yesterday, going for 10 cedis 75 pesos to the dollar. It is also selling at 11 cedis 83 pesos to the pound sterling. On the other hand, it is trading at 10 cedis 45 pesos to the euro. And that's it for the Joy Business Report with me, Pius, Kojo Baka, and Kojo is ready.
You people with your